The Carmelo Anthony case is all over the news and social media. A tragic situation between two young men that left one dead and the other claiming self defense out of fear for his life. Everyone's talking about it. Everybody has an opinion. But the truth is, our opinions don't matter. What matters is what's written in the scriptures. Welcome to the Glory Soapbox, where we're bringing God back into the conversation. Let's talk about this. To help us with this case, we're going to focus on three main scriptures. The first one, Ephesians 6:12. We are not wrestling against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, and against spiritual wickedness in high places. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you a hope in the future. Now, while God has a plan for us, so does Satan. And what is his plan? We learn about his plan in John 10:10, and it's to steal, kill, and destroy us. Now, while the world debates and argues over the case, Satan is sitting back with a drink in his hand, whispering, checkmate. It does not matter if Carmelo walks free or ends up behind bars because the enemy's mission was accomplished. Here is what matters. The goal of the enemy was to establish a covenant or continue a covenant within the family's bloodline. Carmelo was determined to be the access point in the spiritual realm. And once that's determined, the plan follows. Carmelo is placed in a moment where he has seconds to decide to either walk away or be blinded by his pride and ego. He made the decision Satan was hoping for, and that was to take a life. And as a result, that act was the signature needed for the covenant. Knowingly or unknowingly, a covenant was established with the kingdom of darkness. It grants Satan legal access not only to Carmelo's life, but to the generations that follow him. Now, we like to believe it's all about us. That's part of human nature. But it's not about us. See, God works through us to impact generations. And whatever God does, well, Satan imitates it or copies it. So Satan also likes to work through generations. Satan doesn't care just about one life. He's after the bloodline. Now, while Carmelo may be thinking right now, yep, I showed him or I had to do what I had to do, it's the other person's fault. Satan is rejoicing because he's gaining territory. While people collect wealth and trophies here on earth, Satan collects souls. There's a reason in the book of Genesis it warns us the serpent is cunning and the craftiest of all the beasts. Because Satan is very calculated and strategic. Satan is running circles around this generation because we're spiritually blind to his strategies. While we're thinking we're winning on earth, in reality, we're losing in the spiritual realm. Now, this covenant that was established or continued will remain in effect until someone in the family rises up with the spiritual intelligence to break it. And in the meantime, Carmelo's life will unfold. And as he faces challenges, the culture will explain it away by calling it karma. But there's no such thing as karma. There's only covenants, blessings, and curses. But what about the ones who haven't even been born yet? The generations after him, those with no part in this incident or knowledge of this incident. As they face life, struggle after struggle, with no understanding why. Some will blame racism, others will blame God, others will just say, I have bad luck. And the whole time, it's a covenant that's in place within this bloodline that was established well before their time. See, that's how the kingdom of darkness operates: cycles, sacrifices, and lack of knowledge. And while people keep moving in their emotions, thinking, yeah, we showed them, Satan keeps using those same emotions to trap people into his trap. When you see repeated patterns of death, people going in and out of jail, sickness, inability to advance, when you see that happening in the bloodline, generation after generation, that's not normal. And until that covenant is broken, it will keep repeating through the generation. See, Satan wants to keep that covenant hidden in the dark and in place. So he'll have you believing or distracted with everything else: racism, the white man, the orange man, your mother, your father, the system, the streets. He wants you wrestling against flesh and blood, fighting the world, while he protects the covenant in the shadows. Once again, going back to Ephesians 6:12, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. And when you don't understand who the real enemy is, you'll always lose. We think it's personal, but it's spiritual. I want to thank you all for tuning into the Glory Soapbox, and I'll see you in the next video.